Hello everyone and welcome to Visa News Daily, your essential roundup of the latest news and updates impacting visas, immigration, indefinite leave to remain, and citizenship in the United Kingdom. I'm your host, and we have a packed and pivotal week to cover from Sunday the 24th of August right through to today, Friday the 29th of August 2025. This week has been monumental. We've seen government white papers spark major debates about the future of settlement in the UK, new visa routes announced to attract top talent, and crucial data releases that paint a new picture of UK migration. There's a lot to get through, so make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell for new updates. Kicking off with today and yesterday, Friday the 29th of August. The Home Office has been active, publishing a series of guidance documents and datasets. First, for employers, there's new guidance on illegal working penalties. This is a critical read for any business that holds a sponsor license, reinforcing the importance of conducting correct right-to-work checks. The financial penalties for non-compliance are significant, and this updated guidance clarifies the procedures and expectations from the Home Office. Alongside this, the government has released its regular migration transparency data. This data provides a statistical overview of the immigration system's performance. While we'll delve into the more detailed annual report released earlier this week, these ongoing data releases are crucial for tracking trends in visa processing and decision-making. Finally, for applicants from specific regions, there was a minor but important update. Guidance for tuberculosis test clinics for UK visa applications in Ghana was updated today. This is a reminder for applicants to always check the specific requirements for their country on the gov.uk website before submitting their application. Thursday, 28 August 2025, major shake-up for skilled workers' student visas. Thursday brought significant news that has sent ripples through the business and education sectors. A major new statement of changes to the immigration rules was published, largely implementing proposals from the government's white paper released in May. The headline change is a substantial increase in the skill threshold for the skilled worker visa. The minimum skill level required for a sponsored job will rise from RQF level 3, which is equivalent to A levels, to RQF level 6, which is degree level. This is a game changer. In practice, this means that around 180 occupations that were previously eligible for sponsorship will no longer qualify. This will heavily impact sectors that relied on sponsoring medium-skilled roles. However, there are transitional arrangements. If you are already in the UK on a skilled worker visa, or if your certificate of sponsorship COS was issued before the 22nd of July 2025, you will be temporarily exempt from this new higher skill requirement. The government is also phasing out the existing immigration salary list and replacing it with a new interim temporary shortage list for some roles below the RQF level 6 threshold, but these will be time limited until the end of 2026. Another critical point for those on this temporary list is that workers sponsored in these sub-degree level occupations will not be able to bring dependents with them. This is a clear move to reduce the number of dependent visas, a key government objective, and for employers, the costs are set to rise again. While the date hasn't been set, the government has confirmed its intention to increase the immigration skills charge by 32%. This is the upfront fee paid by employers for each sponsored worker, and it will rise from £1,000 per year to over £1,300 for medium and large sponsors. In other news from Thursday, a proposed rule change in the United States could have a knock-on effect on global student mobility. The Department of Homeland Security proposed eliminating duration of status for F1 students, instead establishing a fixed 4-year period. This would increase bureaucracy and could make the UK a more attractive option for some international students, though the UK has its own set of challenges, which we will discuss next. Wednesday, 27th August 2025. The Big Picture Annual Immigration Statistics released on Wednesday. The Home Office published its comprehensive annual immigration statistics, covering the year up to June 2025. This report gives us the clearest picture yet of how recent policy changes are affecting migration flows. The headline figures show a complex trend. While the number of new work and study visas granted has fallen significantly, the number of people extending their stay and achieving permanent settlement has risen. Let's break down the work visas. There was a 36% drop in main applicant work visas compared to the previous year, with the health and care worker visa seeing the most significant decline. This is a direct consequence of the rule change that prevented care workers from bringing dependents. Family visa applications also fell by 23%, primarily driven by a 27% drop in partner visa applications following the increase in the minimum income requirement. However, it's a different story for those already in the UK. Applications to extend existing work visas are up by 23%, suggesting strong retention of skilled workers. And this leads us to the big news for ILR and citizenship. Grants of settlement or indefinite leave to remain increased by nearly 20% to 163,000. The largest group qualifying were those on work routes, like the skilled worker visa, who had completed their 5-year qualifying period. Furthermore, the number of people becoming British citizens rose to 257,000, a 4% increase. This shows that despite tougher entry rules, the pathways to permanent residency and citizenship remain well-trodden for those who meet the criteria. The report also touched on asylum, with claims reaching their highest on record and a significant backlog reduction. Tuesday, 26 August 2025, spouse visa processing times and the digital shift. Tuesday's focus was on the practicalities of the immigration system. Many of our viewers frequently ask about spouse visa processing times. An update from migrate.org UK confirmed that in August 2025, the standard processing time for applications made from outside the UK is up to 12 weeks. For applications made from within the UK, the standard is up to 8 weeks. While priority services are available to expedite these timelines, they come at an additional cost and are not always available. It's crucial for couples to factor these waiting periods into their plans. Also this week, we saw more information emerge about the continued shift to a fully digital immigration system. An update from IAS Services on August 12th highlighted that from mid-July 2025, fewer work or study visa applicants are receiving physical visa vignettes in their passports. Instead, they must create a UCV account to access their e-visa before traveling. The Home Office promotes this as a more secure and streamlined system, with over 4.3 million people having already transferred to an e-visa by April 2025. This is a critical change. Your immigration status is now primarily proven online, not by a sticker in your passport or a biometric residence permit. Monday, 25th August, the weekend recap, the future of ILR, and the graduate route. Now let's look back at the start of the week and the weekend, where some of the most significant long-term policy debates were happening. The biggest story stems from the government's May 2025 Immigration White Paper, with a research briefing published by the House of Commons Library on August 20th, analysing its proposals. The most controversial proposal is a plan to increase the standard qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10 years. This would be a seismic shift in UK immigration policy. The government's rationale is to reduce net migration by making it harder to settle permanently. The proposal includes a concept of earned settlement, why some individuals who make points-based contributions could qualify sooner than 10 years, but the details of how this would work are still completely unknown. This has caused widespread concern, particularly for those already in the UK on a 5-year route to settlement. The government has not confirmed whether people already in the system would be exempt, and unattributed reports suggest the intention is for the change to affect those already here. This has led to major e-petitions, including one to keep the 5-year ILR path for existing skilled worker visa holders, which has already gathered 157,000 signatures. Another petition for Hong Kong BNO visa holders has over 100,000 signatures. A parliamentary debate on these petitions is scheduled for September 8th. This is a story we will be following very closely. The white paper also confirmed plans to reform the graduate route visa. The proposal is to reduce its length from 2 years down to 18 months for most graduates. The government's stated aim is to encourage a quicker transition into sponsored skilled work. While the government has confirmed the route will be kept, this reduction in length will undoubtedly increase the pressure on international graduates to find a sponsored job much more quickly after finishing their studies. Finally, this week also saw discussions around new visa routes to attract top talent, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence, following an AI Opportunities Action Plan. Released earlier in the year, the government has been exploring how to use the immigration system to attract the world's best AI experts, potentially through new, streamlined visa pathways with expedited processing. This contrasts with the broader tightening of rules and shows a targeted approach to attracting what the government deems high-value migrants. And that's a wrap for a truly transformative week in UK immigration. We've seen a clear direction of travel from the government, a tougher stance on overall numbers with higher skill thresholds and restrictions on dependents, contrasted with a targeted, open-door approach for very specific, high-skilled sectors like AI. The proposal to potentially double the time it takes to gain indefinite leave to remain is, without a doubt, the most significant long-term change on the horizon, and the uncertainty is causing considerable anxiety for many. The landscape is shifting rapidly. Staying informed is more critical than ever. Thank you for joining us on UK Immigration Weekly. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. We'll be back next week to break down all the latest news. Until then, take care.